So this is session number 20, and that is the advances in food analysis. We'll be talking about the theory and working of the thin layer chromatography. The thin layer chromatography experiment. A thin layer plate can be developed in a beaker or in a closed jar. Place a small amount of solvent in the container. A small spot of solution dipped containing the sample is applied to a plate about 1 centimeter from the base. A plate is then dipped into a suitable solvent such as hexane or either ethyl acetate and placed in a sealed container. The solvent moves up the plate by capillary action and meets the sample mixture, which is dissolved and carried up by the plate by the solvent. Different compounds in the sample mixture travel at different rates due to the differences in their attraction to the stationary phase and because of differences in solubility of the solvent. By changing the solvent or perhaps using a mixture, the separation of components can be adjusted. The solvent level has to be below the starting line of the thin layer chromatography, otherwise the spots will dissolve away. The lower edge of the plate is then dipped into the solvent. The solvent that is called as the eluent travels up the matrix by capillary, moving the components of the samples by at various rates because of the different degrees of interaction with the matrix and solubility in the developing solvent. Non-polar solvents will force non-polar compounds to the top of the plate because the compounds dissolve well and do not interact with the polar stationary phase. Allow the solvent to travel up the plate, that is nearer to 1 centimeter from the top, taking the plate out and mark the solvent front immediately. Do not allow the solvent to run from the edge of the plate. Next, let the solvent evaporate completely. The liquid chromatography chamber for development with a lid or a closed jar is shown in the figure. This is how the strip looks after 5 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, and for drying we can see such spots. The figure in the colored one is the blank strip, then we have the spots developed after drying. Visualization. When the solvent front has moved to within about 1 centimeter of the top end of the adsorbent, after 15 to 45 minutes, the plate should be removed from the developing chamber, the position of the solvent front marked, and the solvent allowed to evaporate. If the components of the sample are colored, they can be observed directly. If not, they can sometimes be visualized by shining ultraviolet light on the plate or by allowing the plate to stand for a few minutes in a closed container in which the atmosphere is saturated with iodine vapor. Sometimes the spots can be visualized by spraying the plate with a reagent that will react with one or more of the components of the sample. Analysis. Talking about the analysis, the compound components visible as separated spots are identified by comparing the distances they have traveled with those of the known reference material. Measure the distance of the start line of the solvent front, then measure the distance of the center of the spot to the start line. Divide the distance of the solvent moved by the distance the individual spot moved. The resulting ratio is called as the RF value. As the chemicals being separated may be colorless, several methods exist to visualize the spots. Often a small amount of a fluorescent compound, usually manganese activated zinc silicate, is added to the adsorbent that allows the visualization of the spot under a black light. The adsorbent layer with thus fluorescence light green by itself, but spots of analyte quench this fluorescence. Iodine vapors are a general unspecific color reagent. Specific color reagents exist into which the thin layer chromatography plate is dipped or which are sprayed onto the plate. Once visible, the RF value or retention factor of each spot can be determined by dividing the distance travelled by the product by the total distance travelled by the solvent. These values depend on the solvent used and the type of thin layer chromatography plate and are not physical constants. Applications of thin layer chromatography. The thin layer chromatography we can apply for the finding the thin layer chromatography of amino acids. It can be used in the field of pharmaceutical and drugs industry, then separation of multi-component pharmaceutical formulations, qualitative analysis of alkaloids, clinical chemistry and biochemistry. It can be used in the field of cosmetology, then food analysis, analysis of heavy petroleum products, separation of aromatic amines, separation of alanine, glycine, threonine, proline, separation of essential amino acids, etc. That's all for this session.